All right, folks, end of day summary. What we're talking about is the adaptive entry system. Today has been a very interesting day. We've just seen this non-stop move to the upside, which started with our trend bias signal here at, sorry, that was a previous one. Started with our trend bias signal at 9:55 a.m. Eastern. That second blue bar right there tells us to go long based on a trend bias plus signal in the adaptive entry system, and you can see it's just been non-stop to the upside. That was about a 240 point move to the upside on NQ. That's the NASDAQ 100 futures. It's $20 a point, so it's a pretty strong move. Some of these other indicators, the momentum signal to go short, consensus signal to go long, are signals that came on throughout this whole trend. Some of the momentum signals worked out, some of them did not work out. The consensus signals all worked out. So we have kind of an unusual day that was all strong to the upside. So we want what the market wants, and so what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick look at what our performance was for the day. I highlight two primary categories for the purpose of helping you see and understand how to use your trading plan. The trading plan, it's a personal trading plan, helps you forecast out 12 months and helps you determine what your income could potentially be. So we're tracking this category of all of the trades, all of the signals in the adaptive entry system, the consensus signals, the trend bias signals, as well as the momentum signals. And if we get into one of those, we hold it for 10 points of profit, which is $200 of profit per contract. And we track that from 9:30 to noon. This is for the benefit of folks who don't really want to trade all day, but they don't mind spending some time in the morning focused on their trading. So we were able to harness 30 points of profit. That's $600 per contract. There were 6 trades that we took that gave us that 30 points of profit. Then in the second category we track is from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., a little bit longer time period. And it's only tracking the trend bias plus trades where we grab 10 points of profit on each trade. Now, some trades run much longer. We actually track what happens if you hold for 30 points, what happens if you hold for 20 points, what happens if you hold for the full cycle. Actually, what I just shared with you, we're not done with the full cycle yet, so I don't know where that's going to end, but it's up about 240 points. So I'll be plugging that in once I know where the full cycle ends. If it's not ended, meaning if we don't have a alternate colored bar print, then we will flatten the trade as of 4 p.m. and that will be the official close of the trend. So we'll come back to that. So 30 points on each. We're going to jump over to our trading plan now, and we're going to plug this information in. So here, if we were to take all of the trades from 9:30 to noon, I've already plugged in the data here because noon was a few hours ago, 4 hours ago. So we're trading according to our trading plan. We came in today and saw that the number of contracts we'd be trading based on the way we have formatted our trading plan is 2 contracts. We did 30 points today. That's $600 of profit per contract, and so that's $1,200 of profit and 12 contracts because we traded 6 per signal for all the signals, so it's double the contracts. So that puts us at an average of 2880 net today. That means 28.8 points and an average of $1,152 after fees and commissions. So this is the important time that you invest in your daily planning for your business. This is the end of day. You want to figure out how did your business do. Our average now for 2 weeks and the first day of this week is just under 30 points a day, 29.47 points average per day. That's net, and the net of about $712 per day, just under. So we then go to this cell, this area, that is what we are forecasting out that we could possibly earn on an average going forward for the remainder of our 12-month forecast. And that's right in line. 30 points is right in line with what we're seeing, so I'm not going to adjust that today. Those of you who are not familiar with this plan need to also understand that we're forecasting 30 points a day for our winning days, and that we actually plan in the trading plan a losing day once a week. In fact, we just plug it in every Monday. It doesn't mean every Monday is going to be a losing day, but we just want to allocate losing days throughout the course of 12 months so that it is reasonably realistic. We plan on losing 10 points a day when we have losing days. And as we develop losing days, we'll modify that if the number should be higher or lower. Today was actually our planned losing day. It was a winning day, so it was a pretty good day. So 30 points forecast with these days actual behind us. And if we allow our trade commitment, our commitment of capital to increase up to a maximum of 3 contracts and not trade any more than that, then the forecast for 12 months is roughly $340,000. So nothing else to do here. It's realistic. We tracked the trades today. We know exactly what we did, 9:30 to noon. We're right in line with our actual average, with our forecast. This is our financial forecasting tool for our trading business. You can set this maximum number of contracts at whatever you choose. There's a limiter. If you increase the number of contracts, there's still a limiter that you're not going to allocate more than 10% of the account balance to contracts. So it's either going to be a maximum of 10% or it's going to be a maximum of the number of contracts that you put in here, whichever is lower. So you can play around with this all you want. You can make it 5 contracts if you want to, and that will change your forecast. You can make it 2 contracts for ultra conservative. That will change your 12-month forecast. I personally, from what I consider to be a conservative perspective for 12 months, starting with $5,000 in the account, I think 3 contracts max ends up being ultra conservative and realistic based on the current trend. All right, so that's one category. The other category we also did 30 points on, and we're trading 2 contracts, so it's $1,200. And in this case, there were 3 trades, so it was 6 contracts in total. All right, so now our actual here, both of these categories are right in line with each other, which is very interesting because one is tracking all signals from 9:30 to noon, and the other one is tracking only trend bias trades from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. So much longer time frame, but you're only taking the trending trades. But almost identical. The average actual is 29.83 points. That's net after fees and commissions. And our future forecast is 30 points. So we're really right in line, very realistic. In this one, we have a slightly higher losing day planned, minus 15 points. And for right now, we're just going to leave that alone because we haven't in this category had a losing day yet. So as we develop some losing days over the next 12 months, we'll figure out what that average is and we'll adjust this accordingly. But this tool, this trading plan, is your financial Bible for your trading business. And if you don't use a tool like this, then each day stands by itself with no reference point to where that's going to take you for the next 3, 6, 12 months. No reference point to, well, you made a whole bunch last week and you had a losing day today. So you just walk away feeling bad about your trading for the day. And that's not necessary. Plan accordingly to what you can actually do. Plan realistically. And that's what I think we have built here for you to use. And again, you can adjust this from 1 contract to whatever you want. 5 contracts is a pretty strong number. Do you want to trade up to 5 contracts? Well, maybe. That's entirely up to you. You can see here in the actual percentage column that when you're trading 5 contracts and you max out at 5 contracts, the actual percentage of the capital balance of your account decreases significantly. So you get out to, say, October, and you're actually only allocating less than 2% of the capital from your account to contracts. And so this is a very individual, risk tolerant aspect of planning your business. You can plan whatever contracts you want, 10 contracts, put in whatever you want, whatever your financial goal is for 12 months. Think about it realistically. Think about what your risk appetite is. Think about it as a percentage of the total capital in your account. Think about whatever plan you have for your number of points. And if that point number is reasonable compared to your actual, which is the best measurement you can have, then you are on pace for what I consider to be a realistic forecast. I'm going to leave the forecast at 3. That's generally a very comfortable number for most folks, but we're right on pace to achieve what we want, and you can see that there's a pretty strong consistency in terms of performance. There are some lower days, there are some higher days, but average 29.83, and then on the other 9:30 to noon, 29.47. We're right in line with about 30 points a day. So we're pretty excited about this, and strongly believe that the trading plan is an essential part of everybody's trading business.